In Genesis, God determined that man should not be alone, so he made him a helper comparable to him. Not the same, comparable. The strength of a woman is often not what we traditionally think of as strength. It can be very different from what we mean when we usually say the word strong. But our Maker determined that we're needed, that we have a very important role to play, and so he created women with their strengths and their weaknesses. A woman shows her strength through bearing children, for example. No easy feat. Women also show strength in listening to each other. It's one of the characteristics that women often have. Women also love in a very strong way. A love that's often about service and sacrifice, whether it's towards their children or towards colleagues or their partners. And they often step up in times of real need. Just see what Proverbs 31 has to say about women. There are countless women in the Bible who also showed different types of strength, whether it's strength of character or strength of spirit. Just look at Queen Esther. In the face of her people being destroyed, she went to the king even on the pain of death, and because of her, they were saved. And what about Miriam? She hid her brother, her baby brother, in the reeds, and when Pharaoh's daughter found him, she offered to bring a wet nurse, thereby ensuring that Moses was raised in the right traditions so he could grow up to be the real leader that God needed him to be. And then there's Tamar. When Judah didn't follow through on the rules that God had set, she took matters into her own hand, thereby ensuring that her children were in the lineage of Christ. And of course, there's Rahab, who hid the spies and saved her family from the destruction that was going on around her in Jericho. Or the numerous women who served during the time that Jesus was alive, providing for his needs and the needs of those who were following him. None of these women had what we would call traditional strength, but their strength was undeniable. And you have a strength as well, one given to you by the Creator, by your Maker, intended for a purpose to suit his purpose. You have to tap into that strength. See what characteristic it is that God gave you that you can use for his glory. Our strength comes from God. We read in Philippians, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." So we know where our source of strength is. Just like all the women we talked about and the countless others who've come since then, find out what your strength is, what characteristic God gave you, and how you can use it to magnify him and glorify him and suit his purpose in your life. You are strong.